So today the new formation system, I will talk about this, the formations, the ornaments, the inscriptions, and everything you need to know. Let's start with the armaments and inscriptions, formaments. We start from the big part, okay? The formations are the biggest part. You have 7 different kinds of them. Every formation has 4 armaments, and you can get those armaments and inscriptions from different ways. I will talk about the ways to get them later. So this means you have 5 marches running around, and you have on every march 1 formation. I believe the formations are free to get, so you don't have to unlock them in a certain way. You just have formations with certain buffs. As you can see, this is formations. It gives extra spice. It has a buff. Some are worse than others, like the arch formation gives 5% normal attack, wedge gives 5% skill damage. Those are the best 2 for in open field fights. You have the V formation, and then you can get the tower mode. Echelon, which is for open field fights, I think really underestimated for buffing commanders. It will deal 1.2 times their effects with a maximum value of 5% extra of the stat. So, for example, 10% healing reduction, or let's say 10% health bonus times 1.2 is 12%, okay? With a maximum of 5%. So, what type of formation set should I take? It's not a really big deal in here. I think you want to choose the wedge, the arch, and maybe the echelon. Here you see the buffs it gives. Ornaments gives buffs as well. They have basic buffs like a bit of attack, defense, and health, and it's random. So if you have an ornament forged, which you can just unlock them, the ornaments will have random buffs like attack, defense, and that stuff from different types, and you can reforge or dismantle them and get them again in certain ways, and in that way get the buffs you want. Okay, so in the past picture you saw the place where you can see your armaments and your formation. There is 4 types: a scroll, instrument, flag, and emblem, and they both all have certain buffs for you, certain special talents. Some are like a mini Ring of Doom, a mini Horn of Fury, have rage buffs, but those are the legendary ones. I will explain it later, but this is just the basic information, and it's 10 minutes of basic information. That's quite a lot. It says 3 types of ornaments, but it's actually 4. There's also, I believe it's called, I forgot, a special super legendary. I forgot the name, but that's even better and even rarer, almost impossible to get. This, what you see here, Warcry, that is an inscription. So we started with the formation. Each formation has 4 armaments. Armaments just have stats, you know, the basic stats you saw, and the inscriptions have a special buff, which have also different rarities. Some have just some attack or defense, health, march speed. Some do have like more valuable stuff, like skill damage or march speed. When you do this, you get this. And some do have very rare buffs. Let's continue. You have those chests, formation choice chests. You can obtain them in certain ways. I will mention that out later. And you choose the type you want for your march, and then you get those inscriptions and those blueprints. Use blueprints for how it's called, the armaments. Yes. So the armaments can be unlocked in State Forum building. This building can be built once you reach City Hall 21. It says it's free to level up to level 6, but I don't know. It uses a currency which is called Sage. It's the same as, like, for the Watchtower you have the Arrow of the Watchtower, and for the castle you have the Book of Covenant. It's an additional thing, and we don't yet know if it's needed to max this building before you can hit City Hall 25, just like with the castle. I think it should be additional, because otherwise it will be much harder to get to tier 5. That place which you just saw, the A, is where you can recycle the stuff. We will talk about recycling later as well. But here are some quick questions. You can have marching and dispatching and traveling. Well, it's not the same. You have, like, in the forum mode, you have traveling and dispatching. Dispatching is just like you have a mission, you complete that. There's no commander outside of the city, but you need to select certain commanders. It costs 20 AP, but I don't know if it's true like that. It can be 60 AP as well. I saw in a screenshot. Yes, you can use your commanders while they're in dispatch. It doesn't say here what's the difference between traveling and dispatching, but there is a certain difference. Let's see here. You have the quests. You have 8 of them at a maximum daily when your forum hits level 25, and you have different levels of what you can get. I will show you later in the screenshot. The crystal mines. This is, for example, a mission that you can have. You can get an ornament in that chest, but it's a very, very slim chance. By upgrading your building, the building for this, you can have the chance a bit higher, like 1.5% in total. And that is plus the base, which we don't know the base percentage. So in order to do a dispatch, you need to select 3 or 4 commanders, maybe more. And those need to have the following requirements, like you see in there. At least 5 level 20 plus commanders. And so if you fulfill those, you can just start the quest. They are different durations. Some are 5 hours, some are 4 hours, some are less. And depending on the amount of hours, you get rewards. The rewards have a chance to drop the ornaments and inscriptions and some of the coins. Here you can see the state forum building. This 1.5, 1%, 0.5 is the chance of getting the blueprint as was shown above. I will show you here, as getting that potential reward. That will be a higher chance to get that single reward, okay? Further, we see the amount of gems you need to spend in order to get there, and how much times you can travel. I don't know what you can do with traveling, but dispatch is 8, so that's what you need, because every 15 you can have the chest, which gives you better rewards, ornaments, that stuff. And the total gems you see, you need to spend on the Sage, the Books of Covenant version, and those can also be earned in certain ways, like in those 15 chests. You get them in the VIP shop, you can buy them, I think, and from the quests themselves. This building also gives power. You see 524k, that's quite a lot. The minimum power will be a bit higher. Yeah, further what to say, I think for this it's quite interesting. You have more speed ups, you can get speed ups as well. Free to play cool here, it says, level 15 or so, but you can get higher for sure. I save my gems for this now, and I will get to level 17, 18 once the update arrives. Let's get to inscriptions. So that's one step deeper than the armaments. It are additional buffs to armaments. I will explain this a bit later as well. Only for epic and legendary armaments are inscriptions. For the blue ones are their armaments. 1 inscription per armament. Well, someone said it's maybe 2, but I'm not sure. I think it's just 1, I said here. How can I get inscriptions? Through bundles? No bundles for inscriptions, it says. Complete quests throughout travel and dispatch instead of farm building, just like I explained. And this is what they give. For example, blues give 2% stats, purple 2.5, 3.5 for golds. And that's a roll, so it's not a certainty that you'll get that amount of stats. And it can be everything, you know? And it's a maximum value. Let's say there is 1 armament for info attack, like here, 1 for info defense, 1 for info help, but not 2 for info attack or 2 for info defense. So you can have 1 stat per armament, like, yeah, it's a bit hard to explain. You just have the 3 stats, and they have 2, you have from 1 stat more, probably. Okay, so probability overview, I don't really know yet what it is. It's, I think, from one of those chests you can get. Yeah, further it's not hard to say. Let's get to the screenshots. This is just the career station. Here you can exchange the A from the Avengers, like A. You can exchange the armaments there for the gold coins. You can exchange 1 armament for 1 gold armament for 1 gold coin or 2 gold coins, depends on the rarity. Some give more than others. Yeah, you have like this. You see there is 2 types of coins in the above corner. You have the gold one, from Avengers, which can buy you inscription shard chest. In there is 1 of the gray other token, the inscription shard, and with those inscription shards you can have, how are they called? The inscriptions. You see that right there, it's 8. So you need, in order to get 1 inscription to your choice, you'll need 8 times 180 is 1440 of the A coins, which will be like 720 blueprints you need to dismantle. So if you want 4 good of those on your marches, yeah, you will probably need to spend a lot of time or money. I don't know how this works, but yes, this new update will hurt the free-to-play a lot. But it's still quite interesting, okay? I don't know if there are any more ways to get those gold coins. There's also this type of silver coin. You get that through, I think, dismantling the epic pieces, or maybe from dailies, or yeah, we don't have exactly the much details on that. From the mission, I think, as well. You can buy 20 of those every week, so it seems great. And this is what I mean with recycling. What you have here is, for example, the Chronicles of the Dragon. You have that blueprint, and if you recycle it, you get 1 of those tokens. If you look very closely, it has infantry defense 2.7% and infantry tech 2.5%. Can read it really well, but that stat is a random stat. So let's, for example, if you get another one out of chests like this type, you get maybe even better stats or maybe lower, depends on, it's maximum of 3.5% for legendaries. So in the legendaries you also have sets. For example, if you have the wedge formation, there is 4 different things you can get. And other than with equipment, it's like, well, with equipment you can choose between 2 legendary helmets, you know. But with this, it's just, you have 4 legendary pieces from each set. No, not a single one more, just 4, okay? And you have 21 on the legendary, 21 different inscriptions, which will be very hard to get. You can get them from the inscription shards in the KVK shop as well, and maybe some other ways we still don't really know, okay? For the epic ones, you have 9 inscriptions, which will be just like some base attack, so attack stats, some defense, some health, march speed, that stuff. I will show you now. This is the epic set from the wedge formation. You have the banner, you have Olympia, epics, honors, the Pantheon. As you see, it just gives a maximum troop attack by 2.5%. It's a maximum, I think. It's I'm not sure, but oh no, wait. Again, for the ornaments, you have the base stats, and that's a maximum, and that's honors of the Pantheon, banner, the blue ones. That's the ornament, but the white ones are the inscriptions, and the inscriptions have a standard buff like this: march speed, damage to barbarians, troop defense, etc. Okay. I see also some interesting stuff. You can pause the video and look for yourself. It's also gathering speed a bit. Depends on what you want on march. So that was just the epics, and here we will come with the legendary ones. I think this is only for the one formation, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's with all formations the same name for the scrolls, for the inscriptions. I mean, maybe they have all the same names, but not the same emblem, flag, that stuff. You know. We start with the above one. The above 10 ones are always the ones with normal stuff, like you have march speed, damage to barbs, normal attack damage, skill damage, troop damage, normal attack damage. Just this few you see here. Those are the one with like normal stats. And this is all from legendary stuff. This stuff is hard to get. And from now on, you have like decent amount of stats here. You see, troops' normal attacks have a 10% chance to increase all troop damage by 5% for 3 seconds. This is like a mini Ring of Doom, but just 5% damage, you know. Or the one above, under me, normal attacks have a 10% chance to deal 20% increased normal attack damage for 1 second, 5 seconds to cooldown. 20% increased normal attack damage. In a rally, that's quite a lot, isn't it? Normal attacks have a 10% chance to reduce the target's defense by 15%. That's like a Morris web, but a smaller chance of getting it, but a higher percentage of defense debuff. After using an active skill, troops deal 8% more skill damage for 3 seconds. That's huge, one of the best out here. After using an active skill, troops take 5% less damage from all sources for 3 seconds. That's really a lot. Good skills out there. After using a skill, troops have a 30% chance to gain a damage absorbing shield, damage factor 100 for 3 seconds. Not good at all. That will break very soon. Not good. There is more. There is absolutely more. Troops gain 15% march speed for 10 seconds after leaving the battle, which can be used like for a Belisarius hunting march, or you know, for an arc they will be used in a fast march. Troops skill damage have a 30% chance of dealing direct damage to the target, damage factor 100, also every once in 5 seconds, or reloads every 5 seconds. Increases skill damage dealt skills. Each troop's skill damage has a 30% chance of, that's better, of granting 10% attack for 3 seconds. Not really good attack, not really worth it with the Season of Conquest attack. Well, here you see troops in range mode have a 10% chance. So, oh, okay. I see range mode, so I think the names for those are applied to all the armaments. And have all like around the same stats, but just slightly better and less per inscription. Maybe inscription are variable as well. We don't know. We will see in the update soon. Here you have 10 of the next. I think it's the emblem or the horn. The 10 or 8 like the normal stuff. You see attack damage, skill damage. But here you see troops under attack have a 10% chance of retaliating with additional damage factor 50 for 2 seconds, which is the same as we saw above, but just 100 damage vector. We see when taking skill damage there's a 10% chance to restore 50 rage. Wow, cool. When taking skill damage there's a 10% chance to decrease damage taken by 20%. Wow, also very good. We have troops attacks grant an additional 10 rage per 10% of units lost, and I think that's 10 rage is normal attack. Like every normal attack you gain rage, base rage. I forgot how much it was. I think 102, and you gain 10 more per 10% of units lost with a maximum. Not sure how that works. There's a lot of things we need to check. Troops deal 5% damage when over 70% rage. This may apply to the skill as well. Not sure. Yeah, you can read it here. There is some great value in those skills. There is, yeah, it's so much, so complicated. Yeah, sorry, you see like the white gaps or the black gaps. We don't have everything yet. So there is some of the very good ones actually not filled in, yes. Here we see again some of the base ones. We have stats above, counter attack damage, plus 5% when surrounded. That's huge, like for a Paco Herald rally you have even more counter attack. Damage dealt to surrounded troops, plus 2%. That's like Nevsky has, I think. Troops take 50% damage reduction from all sources when less than 2% of troops remaining. Troops deal 50% damage when over 2% of troops remaining. But I said after that, like over 2% of troops remaining. It's under, isn't it? And damage dealt plus 20% when less than 2% of troops remaining. That's around, I think it's the same, but just in other words. And a less good buff, like 20% and 50%, that's a big difference, isn't it? Damage dealt plus 2% while on the map. Okay, that's like a really basic. March speed plus 5% outside Alliance territory. Maybe useful, I don't know. All troops deal 2% damage when attacking a city or stronghold. Troops take 2% reduced damage while garrisoning. You have all those variables, all those inscriptions, and you can't actually choose what description you want. The most of them are just getting randomly by rewards, and you can't choose the most. There are some you can buy in the KVK shop and in the other shop as well, but it's not everything. I think you can only buy the basic ones, like the attack, the defense, maybe with march speed or damage dealt, those ones. But what this is here, I don't know, by X%. It's a percentage from which I don't really know how that works. Okay. So these are all the legendary ones we have. Further, let's go into the questions in dispatch. So here you see, you have like, do I see 3 at the same time? Can you do more dispatches? Okay, maybe you can do more dispatches at the same time. And those dispatches grant a reward, like the Sage book you see in the above one. Food, speed ups, and you have a chance, like you see here, to gain an armament. And this one person was very lucky. He got an armament, and the stats you see on them, archer health plus 2.1%, that's a random. You can have like archer health plus 2.5% as a maximum. You can have 3 different stats on there. So here you see the gold gathering speed. I think it's always gathering speed. That's what I don't know, but the amount difference. Okay. We see the forum building here, and that's the biggest part where you want to spend your gems. The best thing to do now is start saving your gems, because in total you will need around 200k gems to right insta max it but you will get it slowly as well, the Sage. It will give you power, everything you need. We talked about this already. Soon I will do a live stream on which we can maybe have a Q&A. If people have questions, you can just drop them. We will try to answer them. Let's see. So now let's have some quick basic rules. Okay, armaments have 9% maximum stats per armament, and it's on the legendary one, I think. So that means on your march you can have 9 times 4 makes 36% of raw stats maximum. And when you get an armament, you also have a chance to directly gain an inscription. So when you have an armament forged, you can always have like an inscription directly on it already. So for when you did a dispatch, you can directly have one of the armaments, and you can have on it already the inscription. Okay, so how can we get armaments? We can get them from the shop, as you see above, ordinary, that piece left. There you can get the ornaments, and you can get ornaments from the traveling, dispatching, and maybe from some other few things as well. I think in the in bundles. Further, we have inscriptions which can be gained in KVK shop as well as from this shop. I don't know if for each formation is just one in this shop, but let's move on. So you can recycle your armaments and get 2 or one of the gold coins, as I mentioned. And with those you can have the inscriptions. I mentioned this before. So now remember, you have the legendary ones, and you also have unique ones. That's what I searched for. Unique are just the better ones. Now comes the part for the spenders. Yes, you can get the armaments in the chests here. You see the legendary chest. You choose in those chests. I will show you. I will tell you while I'm scrolling through it. You can choose a formation, and then you get random armaments from those formations. Okay. So the value here is pretty great. I think if you recycle those legendary armaments, you get. You may have some of the may have enough to have one of the coin of the 8 you need for an inscription of your own choice. But maybe it has already an inscription, that's also possible. Here is the formation choice chest from the epic theme. Not sure what's in there. I didn't buy this myself, someone else did it. But I think it's just the purple formations, and maybe they have a chance of dropping a legendary one, but I'm not sure. The legendary one have a chance of dropping epics, that's what I know. This is also a bundle which gives you 4 armaments. Maybe I forgot to mention, but with the armaments you have sets of 4 with the same names, and this set is a gathering set, as you can see here. Yeah, it gives you buffs with gathering speed, low, that stuff. So what you see here is a set, the gathering set, and I think it has some base gathering as well as the inscriptions already in it, which gives the gathering inscriptions we have shown you in the epic set. You can just scroll back and rewatch. For me, this was a very long 29 minutes. I hope it was enjoyable for you as well. Please leave a like, a subscribe, a comment, a question down below, and see you in the next one.